we go. But we'll see. Pretty sure you understand German. Yeah. Okay, guys. Normal procedure. We've obviously got the. I think it's Jan in the booth. We're doing the simulcast. So we are going to pass the microphone around, I believe, for the sake of people watching on the various feeds. And if you could indicate by raising your hand if you've got a question for Jurgen, we'll get around as many as we possibly can in the time we've allotted. Vinny, you can have the first two, and after that we're going to go around the room. People can indicate.
Jurgen, just before we talk about tomorrow's game, can I just get your thoughts on the possibility of the club being punished over fielding an ineligible, easy for me to say, swallow my words again, an ineligible player in the League Cup?
I cannot say too much about it, to be honest. There are other people working on it in a moment. What I can say, if it was our fault alone, then probably we need to get punished for it. No, we didn't have on purpose or whatever. But my only real concern is the player, to be 100% honest, because he had already the problem, Pedro, that he couldn't play for half a year last year in Spain. And if it would not be allowed to play now, from now on until whenever it's sorted, that would be for me the biggest problem, to be honest. So, how it is in life. If we make a mistake, I'm not sure that we really made a mistake. But if then it's like this. But the player should not be punished for that 100%.
Is Alisson now ready to join in fully with your preparations? Is he going to train fully this week, or do you have to start thinking that he's going to have to wait until after the international break now?
There are two opinions, obviously, about that. One is Ali's opinion, and the other is the medical department, so they are still a bit cautious. So we have to wait. I think then we should.
Vinny, can you pass it to Ingrid, and then we'll
wait. And the medical department. Are you nervous?
I thought you finished. Sorry,
yeah,
always.
So,
by the way.
Yeah, I know. So we have to see. The training is doing looks really well, but it was a serious injury, and we don't want to take any risk. That's how it is. So for tonight, anyway, no chance because he didn't train now so far with the team, and then we have to see for Leicester, and I think then the United game probably 100%, but that we will see.
Finished. Yeah.
Yes.
Superb. Ingrid.
Yeah. Tomorrow, one of the boys who might be playing for Salzburg is a 19-year-old who scored a hat-trick in his debut in the Champions League. What are your thoughts on Erling Braut Haaland?
Yeah, Norway has good footballers, obviously, and yeah, wonderful player, to be honest. Very young, very confident, very quick, very looks on the pitch at least clear-minded, focused, proper threat. So. Looks like a decent player and is in a perfect place in the moment, I would say. So it's really important for a boy in that age group that you can play as often as possible on the highest possible level and prepare yourself for the next challenges in life. And that's what he's doing, obviously, in the moment. So he's not the only threat, unfortunately, from Salzburg, but he's a proper one. And that's it. So congratulations. So the future of Norwegian football is safe.
Okay, so we have the next three questions. Gentleman there, and then gentleman at the back for the microphones. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jurgen, another Norwegian question, but have you laid a plan for stopping a player who scored a hat-trick in the last game? How did you approach looking at his game and how you're going to stop him tomorrow?
Yes, and you have to watch the game tomorrow to see it.
You have Sadio Mane and Keita who's been in Salzburg. Can you say something? And Leipzig, of course, with the same owners. Can you say something about the way they are developing young players there? They seem to be quite good at that.
They're really good at that. So there are different reasons for it. The main reason probably is Ralf Rangnick, who started this whole project. Was a really smart decision from Mr. Mateschitz to employ Ralf Rangnick, because if you wanted to have somebody who is good in delivering that message, then they got the best one for it, 100%. Outstanding manager, outstanding sporting director. I don't know exactly which other role he had in the different clubs, but a lot of roles, and it's all based on him, obviously, and that's great. And then the recruitment stuff is just that the Austrian rule makes it a little bit easier to make transfers with these kind of players, because for us in England it's just not possible to get that early hand on these kind of players, which they all got. And it looks like, I think when they sold, I'm not sure if they sold him or only gave him to Leipzig, Naby Keita, for example, it looked like they have the next one already lined up, similar players, stuff like this. So they look always prepared for these kind of things. That's really good. But of course, the different managers they had over the years changed the style of play a little bit. Marco Rose was for sure more influential in a way in possession. So played a different system. Was just different. Yes, still the philosophy of pressing, counter press was obvious, but with the ball it looked different. Now it's going back to the roots pretty much. It's a proper unit. It's a young, exciting team. It's full of power, full of excitement about opportunity to be part of that competition. Because who doesn't know it, but Salzburg had a quite, what is it? It was a rather sad story with the qualifiers for the Champions League. They found every year a way not to get qualified, and it was really hard. This year they are involved, and you see that they enjoy that fact. And really strong, really good opponent, very well organized, and that's it.
Okay. Dom, could you do us a favour? Could you pass the microphone to the guy from Austrian television? There we go. Bit of exercise here. Thank you, Dom. There we go.
Maybe we can do 2 questions and 2 answers in German. Herr Klopp, wie groß ist Ihr Respekt vor Salzburg?
How much respect do you have for Salzburg after this first match against Genk in the European Cup? And what is the pressure on your team after the defeat in Naples? Well, my respect is enormous. I mean, but I respect all other teams almost that we play. Has the 6-2 against Genk meant that the respect has increased? Yes, of course, because we lost 2-0 as well, didn't we? And we heard that the other score had been 6-2. Of course, this is quite some score, isn't it? And then I watched the match and it became a bit more relative because there wasn't such a massive difference. Salzburg scored 4 goals on breaks, so that's kind of how the match developed. But it's still a good game. So, again, they have quality, obviously, but I did respect them before the 6-2 already. If Salzburg can be assured of one thing, then that is the fact that we respect them. We will show it with the attitude we show on the pitch tomorrow. We've always done it like that, and we're going to do exactly that tomorrow as well. The pressure on us, of course, this would be greater if we had 9 points, 9 points out of 2 matches maybe, but of course that's not something that's possible. We need to win a home match anyway, and the pressure therefore isn't much bigger, but we don't have a lot of leeway really, to be honest. We can't really wait and see. We can't wait with scoring points. We need to get points tomorrow. But the most important issue is that with all the fantastical stuff Salzburg has done so far, that tomorrow night they will have to feel that we are Liverpool and that they are in Liverpool, that they're in Anfield. This is all additional factors. That's something we need to use as well and show on the pitch. So far, I'm only talking. We need to have actions tomorrow to prove that what I'm saying is true and that we're not an easy opponent to play at all.
Sorry, excuse me. Hello. You said you had 2 questions. Was that?
That was he had 2 questions.
There we go. Good. Can we pass the microphone? Sorry, can we pass the microphone to the gentleman in red, and then we'll go to the gentleman in the coat. And if there's any more questions after that, if you could catch my eye. Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Klopp. After the 2-0 defeat in Naples, do you think you can still count on a world-class defense? In particular, do you think Virgil van Dijk is the best defender in the world?
Yeah, I think so. I'm really happy with all my other defenders I have, but yeah, probably he's the best in the world. No, he is the best in the moment. That's how it is. That was the question, right? Or did I miss anything? Yeah.
Your defense, I mean, you still think you have a solid defense? Do you think still?
We conceded in Napoli. Which country are you from? Italy.
Sorry.
So, I thought so. I still think it was not a penalty. Sorry. We cannot change that anymore, and I'm not even angry about it or whatever, or disappointed about it. It's still a fact, it was not a penalty. So, and the second goal resulted we conceded because we conceded the first one. So it's not Napoli has to come to Liverpool again and stuff like this. So it's not decided yet. We don't feel that, but we lost the game. That's a fact as well. So, and we have to start winning, and we should not waste time. So that's it. We don't say we have not even a little bit of a feeling that this game tomorrow is already halfway done. It's not. That's really, really tough, and they will surprise a lot of people tomorrow night and in the future as well. The way Salzburg is playing is made for surprise bigger teams. But if there's anybody in the world who knows most about the way they play, how they do, what they do, then it's probably me. I've followed the way for a long, long time. I had a similar idea when I started as a manager and stuff like this. So I know where the difficulties are, and I have a pretty good side as well. And we want to be, and that was always our target. We want to be the most uncomfortable opponent in world football. And if we are that tomorrow night, then it's not easy for Salzburg as well, and we should not forget that.
Fantastic. Can we pass the microphone to the gentleman who's stood up in the coat there?
Liebe Grüße aus Wien, Martin Lang.
Greetings from Vienna.
Ich hätte auch zwei Fragen.
I have two questions as well. The first one is
Liverpool geht ja als Champions League Titelverteidiger.
Liverpool is the holder in the Champions League of the title, of course. So suddenly you have an Austrian team here at Anfield Road that you will have to beat. Does that mean that this myth of Liverpool has changed now to some degree for you as a coach? How do you live this myth as a Liverpool coach? You've kind of managed to make Liverpool even more popular. Liverpool has a lot of followers in Austria already. How do you deal with this whole thing? I'm not entirely sure whether I understood the question. Did the start of the question have to do anything with the end of the question? No, I'm just talking about the myth. How do you deal with that myth, this legend of Liverpool in your daily life? Has anything changed for you? Well, I'm from Germany. I'm from southern Germany. Actually, I have respect for Austrian sport. I do a bit of skiing and that already. So, as far as I remember, Austria has been great in terms of sports, winter sports. So you don't need to worry that I kind of underestimate Austrian football teams either. The legend, the myth of Liverpool, I'm not even sure. But I think Liverpool is a really great football club, end of. And with our home ground here, we can do a few things that not everybody apparently can do elsewhere on the planet. But then again, that's no guarantee. That means you still have to work very hard. You have to have a very positive approach, which is what we do. But we will never be the favorite in any match. We will always be the challenger, be it in terms of situations or opponents or whatever. We will always challenge, and this gives us the opportunity to exceed ourselves even in some situations. Whether necessary or not, the team has managed that time and again, and this is exactly what we'll want to do again tomorrow. It's got nothing to do with the good start to the Premier League or the defeat against Naples. It's to do with the competition. It's to do with respect for the opponent. It's with the fact that we're playing at home. We just want to experience the same positive experience over and over again. That is what tomorrow is about. Since Barcelona, the home match, we've not had a single European match at home. So it's taken 5 months to meet again, as it were. And I hope that is something we will feel tomorrow. You're someone who, in the technical area, can be quite emotional. So tomorrow you can speak German with a fellow coach. So what will that be like? No, I've actually calmed down over the years. If you watch the last match, I'm actually very relaxed in the technical area. I've aged a bit, I suppose. So that's probably why. I don't even talk that much. I shout to the players quite a lot, but that will not be in German, but in English. But if the Salzburg players speak English like their coach, they will probably understand what I shout. The problem is that my own players don't hear me a lot of the time, but that's something else.
Final ones, Vinny. We can come back to you, but wait to Vinny O'Connell to finish the press conference. You need the microphone, Vinny.
That's all right. It's just to check on.
No, you need the microphone.
Right.
Yeah. There we go.
Vinny's in a really good shape.
Just to check on Joel Matip and Shaqiri as well, Jurgen. How are they?
Both not available for tomorrow night. With Shaq, I don't know 100%. Probably, yeah, we will see. Shaq will not be ready for tomorrow, but I don't know exactly how it looks in a moment, because he's still in the hands of the medical department. And with Joel, it was it's not a big one, but it's big enough that he's not available for tomorrow night. And we don't want to go any risk, and we don't have to take any risk, and that's why he will not be involved.
Okay, Joel, okay for the weekend?
Sorry?
Okay for the weekend though, Joel?
I don't know. We will see.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Dan or Dan? Great.